It's like 10 degrees outside.
Yeah,
so I dress warm.
I didn't expect it to be this hot.
So you know when to show that graphic?
If we get more than 25,
When you start
Right out of the inside,
yeah.
show the pool.
combined between us, I'll take that.
So when we start right out of the open, I just want like a nice like ramp. Like right out of the open.
Do you have the opening graphic? Who showed you the opening?
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. You met.
Great, and this is in order, right?
What?
This is in order, right? I'm not going to be going
Well,
around.
like, so I'll tell you, there's a couple exhibitions, and I'll tell you don't put anything up.
So Emily.
Because I know nothing about swimming. So.
By the way, your audio.
We welcome you to the new Canaan YMCA for this varsity boys swimming and diving meet between the Darien Blue Wave and the new Canaan Rams. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, Nancy Grun. And Nancy, we are underway here in our first race of the afternoon, the 200 medley relay.
Yes, here we go. So Darien has the odd lanes, 1, 3, and 5. New Canaan has evens, 2, 4, 6. So the lane closest to the camera is lane 1, and the lane furthest is lane 6. Right now, Darien seems to be in the lead, but with the medley relay, that can always change. So in lane 1 for Darien, we had Tiernan Rogers on backstroke, Brady Sullivan on breaststroke, Mateus Zalewski on butterfly, and Sriram Pankanti on free. Lane 3 for Darien was Thomas DuPont, backstroke, Henry Peters here in breaststroke, Ryan Roberts coming up in the butterfly, and Jake Dansker will anchor it for the freestyle. In lane 5 for Darien, we had Ryder Hagen in backstroke, Christos Yiko Nacarino swam breaststroke, Will Duran in the pool swimming fly, and Christian Davidson will anchor freestyle.
A lot of experience, as you just mentioned, the Darien players there, and then on the New Canaan side there, they have the even numbered lanes 2, 4, and 6. And currently in the pool will be Ben Madan in lane 4, Alessandro Caruso in lane 2, and Jack Marshall in lane 6, anchoring it for the Rams.
Coming down here, the anchor, freestyle, close race.
It's going to be close in lanes 3 and 4.
Oh, hard to see. So unfortunately, we do not have a scoreboard today to show us the places because there is not a touchpad system in place on the bulkhead. So it is up to the ref. The official determines the order of finish, and I honestly don't know who got that one.
There's a photo finish in lanes 3 and 4. We're going to await the official word to see who took that opening race in this one.
So in relays, the top 3 places score. In individual events, the top 5 places score.
I'm good at camera 2 anyway. Yeah, just to kind of break it up.
And you're taking a look now at the lane assignments for the 200-yard freestyle. Starting with New Canaan, in lane 2 will be Will Baines, in lane 4, Jack Haley, and in lane 6, Finn Grainer.
For Darien, in lane 1, we have Ryder Hagen, just got out of the medley relay. We have Ryan Roberts, also got out of the medley relay in lane 3, and Charlie Sedlak, lane 5 for Darien.
Once again, this is the 200-yard freestyle, our second race after an exciting opening one in the medley.
So the official is at the score table going over the order of finish, but I'm not sure who got that relay. That was close. Nice race.
It was a close one indeed. Once again, it was lanes 3 and 4, Ben Madan and Jake Dansker with the photo finish.
Ryan Roberts in lane 3 is one of our senior captains. He will be swimming at Amherst in the fall.
I mentioned a senior captain, very talented swimmer for the Blue Wave. Once again, one to watch in lane number 3. Underway in the
Kind of nice. The boys had a little rest there after the medley relay. It's very hard to back-to-back the medley relay into the 2 free. These boys can do it, but it is a hard transition.
Transitioning now on the 3rd.
This is 8 laps. New Canaan in the lead. Ryan Roberts in 2nd. Darien currently 3rd and 5th.
Jack Haley out to the early lead for New Canaan, but you can watch out for Roberts there right on his tail. And over in lane 5 is Sedlak.
Charlie Sedlak in lane 5, currently in 3rd place, is one of our freshmen. Ryder Hagen, a sophomore. Ryder's got a close race here. Lane 1 and 2, see if he can catch him.
And a nice transition from Haley. And he's heading back to the starting block. Roberts trying to catch up.
Two laps to go.
extending his lead out there in lane number 4. Ryan Roberts and Sedlock in second and third currently, both the Blue Wave.
Looks like New Canaan's got the lead. Darien will for the win. Darien in second and third. See if Ryder Hagan can catch up here and get 4th place.
It's going to be close.
Nice closing speed. I don't know. Looks to me like Ryder Hagan might have snuck in a 4th place there. I'm not sure.
It does appear that way, but Jack Haley of New Canaan will take 1st place. Ryan Roberts taking 2nd. Charlie Sedlock in 3rd. And then 4th, we believe, was Hagan for the Blue Wave. Followed by 5th was Will Baines. And coming in 6th from New Canaan, Fred Grainer.
So again, the point system in a dual meet. In an individual event, 1st place is 6 points, 2nd place 4 points, 3rd place 3 points, 4th place 2 points, 5th place is 1 point. The relays count 1st for 8 points, 2nd for 4 points, and 3rd for 2 points. So in a dual meet, pretty much every place, almost every place matters in the point system.
And you're taking a look now at the 200-yard individual medley lane assignments. New Canaan will be Jack Grainer in lane 2, and lane 4 will be Mascarenas, and in lane 6, Ben Bognan.
For Darien in lane 1, we have Matthew Zalewski. Lane 3, Henry Peters, and lane 5 will be Will Moles. Gator, that's his nickname.
Is there any specific significance behind it?
I don't know. Somebody mentioned it and it just stuck. We love it.
That's Moles, the junior for the Blue Wave. And underway in the individual medley.
So the individual medley is butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. It's always a fun race to watch because every swimmer is different, is better at different strokes.
So far, pretty even. Group moving away. It's like lane 3 for Darien, currently with a slight lead on the turn. Mascarenas, though, moving to the backstroke.
Yeah, this is pretty close. Henry Peters getting a little bit of a lead in the backstroke. Moles in a close race over there in lanes 5 and 6.
This is lane 3, Henry Peters with the lead.
Breaststroke is often the leg of the event that's a turning point in the IM. You got a good breaststroker, they often catch the lead on the this leg.
And now on the turn once again.
New Canaan taking away a little bit here in the breaststroke. Can Henry Peters come back in the fly?
It's lane 4, Deacon Mascarenas.
Will Moles, Gator over in lane 5 is a very strong breaststroker, so this is where he tends to pull out.
On the turn, Mascarenas extending his lead over Peters in lanes 3 and 4. And over in lane 2, in 3rd place currently, Will Baines. That's actually Jack Grainer, my apologies. Coming down to the starting blocks. And it will be a win for New Canaan yet again. 2nd place, Darien's Peters. And 3rd is Grainer.
So New Canaan 1st and 3rd, Darien 2nd and 4th. That 4th place makes a difference. Will Moles holding on to that 4th place. Mateus Zalewski finishing up for Darien.
So the winner of that one was Deacon Mascarenas for New Canaan. Peters coming in 2nd. It was Grainer in 3rd. Will Moles pulling one out in 4th. And 5th was Bagman. And finishing it up was Zalewski for the Blue Wave in 6th.
So the boys here get a swim down lap after their race in every event but the 50 freestyle, which is up next.
And you mentioned the 50-yard freestyle. There are the lane assignments. Start with Darien this time, Nancy. What do you got to look out for Darien?
In lane 1 for Darien, we have Christian Davidson. In lane 3 is Thomas DuPont, another one of our senior captains. And lane 5, Christos Yikanakarino.
And for New Canaan, it will be in lane 2, Ben Madden and Madan. And lane number 3, or lane number 4, my apologies, will be Ramnan Adel. And in lane number 6, Alessandro Caruso.
Splash and dash, here we go.
Once again, a 50-yard freestyle. Not the longest, but it definitely, the start makes a big difference here.
The start, turn, not a lot of breathing.
Darien out to the early lead in lane 3 with DuPont.
Might be hard to tell the order of finish in a 50, but it looks like Thomas DuPont is going to get it.
Right on his tail is Adele. And
Thomas DuPont wins. Looks like Christos in lane 5 pulled out the 4th place for Darien.
nice win for the Blue Wave, Thomas DuPont. And then Canaan had a couple swimmers right behind him with Adel and I believe it was Madan. And then Christos pulling one out in lane 5. Moving us now to our next one, the 100-yard butterfly.
No, this is just an exhibition heat of the 50 freestyle, and then we will go to diving.
It's a good catch there, Nancy.
We have 3 exhibition events today, the 50 free, the 100 free, and the 100 breast, which is a great opportunity for these kids to get a chance to race. They get experience. Their times do count, but they cannot score points, so their places don't count. But we love to see them get the chance to race in a meet. In lane 3 for Darien, we have Brady Sullivan, and in lane 5, Matthew Bender, both freshmen.
So once again, this is the 50 freestyle exhibition for New Canaan, Gaifman, Bonher, and Crayon. And they're off. Very close in lanes 2, 3, and 4. Darien currently with a slight upper hand.
Brady Sullivan turning first for Darien. Brady is a very good water polo player. Started his competitive swim career here this year as a freshman for Darien. He works really hard. Same with Matthew Bender. Brady Sullivan pulls it out. New Canaan coming in 2nd and 3rd. Matthew Bender in 4th.
So that was Sullivan pulling up the win. Just a freshman, you got to assume he's got a bright future for head coach Liz Blau and the Blue Wave. And in 2nd for the Rams was Josh Geifman. And now I believe this will take us to our 100-yard butterfly race.
Diving first.
Diving first.
Diving in the middle of the meet. We are lucky to have diving today because we don't often get to compete with the divers. We practice in different facilities, and the divers practice and compete at a home meet. Their home pool is New Canaan. We don't have a diving board at the Darien YMCA anymore. So we will head to the other end of the pool for diving.
We will indeed. Once again, it is interesting because you bring up the Darien YMCA, a beautiful facility over there, but no longer having the diving board. So I believe Darien actually has all their home meets. They do the diving portion here at New Canaan.
Yes.
So it's sort of a home diving advantage for both teams.
Yes, this is the place. This is where many teams practice: Wilton, Norwalk, Darien, and so they are familiar with it. The boys, they all know each other. They all train pretty much together. There are 4 divers today for Darien. Griffin Wilson will be diving exhibition. And then we have Matthew Magnotta, Declan Bannerton, and Finney Perfumo. We do have 3 female divers on the boys swim and dive team, which is because they play a fall sport, so they can't compete on the girls team. So they are allowed to compete on the boys team, and it's really great having them.
And I think they're still in the warm-up phase. And we're actually going to take a short break before we get to the diving portion as they are warming up. So we'll be right back on the DAF Media Network in a joint production with NCTV. We'll be right back.
I think the Darien Foundation is a central organization in town showing that the community cares and the community is willing to give and the community is willing to support the kind of work that we're doing here and in other organizations in town.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
The Darien Foundation was critical to the success of the Elizabeth W. Tilton Education Center. The new barn will allow us to have bigger groups and educate more school children about the legacy of the Mather homestead.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
And we are back on the DAF Media Network in this joint production with NCTV, a Varsity Boys Swim and Dive. And we're getting ready for the diving portion now in this one. And Nancy, do you want to explain to the viewers at home how this is going to work?
Sure. Sorry. That's better. All right, here we go. So, as I mentioned, we will have 7 divers today. The order of divers will be Griffin Wilson for Darien Diving Unofficial. Damian Widelski from New Canaan will compete second. Matthew Magnato will go third. Christian Camporan will dive fourth. Declan Bannerton, fifth for Darien. And Jack Krug for New Canaan will be sixth. Finney Perfumo from Darien will be 7. In a dual meet, divers compete 6 dives when they go to championship meets, they have to compete in 11 dives.
And the first dive from Darien.
That was Griffin Wilson with a reverse dive. So every week, there's a different mandatory category that all divers have to compete. And this week is the reverse. So most, if not all, of the divers will do their reverse dive as their first dive. The other categories they will compete in will be a front, back, inward, twister.
That was Medley from New Canaan.
We have 2 officials scoring today for Darien. Unfortunately, from our vantage point, we cannot see their scores.
And that will be Darien with the dive. I believe Magnata.
Matthew is one of our senior captains, and he will be going on to compete in diving at Williams in the fall.
And some applause there. I'm going to assume he got a good score. Once again, we can't see the scorers table. But it was a good dive from the Blue Wave senior. Canaan, camper in with that last dive.
For diving, you need to be quiet at the start, and then you can clap, but you cannot clap until the officials have read their scores. I wish we could hear them from up here, but at least we can see the dives. This is Declan Bannerton from Darien.
Bannerton with his reverse dive.
I believe this is the first time DAF Media has been able to film at the New Canaan Ys. We're happy that the diving portion of the meet can be highlighted here. They work so hard.
That is correct, Nancy. DAF Media, our first non-home swim meet, if you will. Swim and dive. Usually we do them over at the Darien YMCA, and we're lucky enough, and we thank the hospitality of the New Canaan YMCA staff for letting us come in and stream this meet between Darien and New Canaan. Of course, a joint production today of DAF Media and NCTV.
That was Jack Krug from New Canaan. Jack will be diving for Bucknell University next fall. That was Finny Perfumo from Darien with her reverse dive.
And I believe that was the 7th and final reverse dive. So now we'll get into round 2, which I believe is a freestyle choice for the diver.
It looks that way. We have some doing forward, some doing reverse, some doing back.
Once again, Wilson to start for the Blue Wave.
The divers tend to do their most consistent dives with the highest degree of difficulty in these dual meets, while they're working on their additional dives for championship meets.
Now to Canaan. Medley.
Damian Medley with a reverse tuck.
Nice dive from Damian. Now Magnata.
Matthew will be performing a forward 2.5 tuck position.
And a big applause there. It was a nice dive from him. And it appears that the judges thought so too.
I wish we could see those scores, but we will go by the applause. This is Christian Camporin from New Canaan performing a back dive tuck position.
his time on it. And a beautiful dive.
Very nice. 7. We heard 7-7 on that. Declan Bannerton will be doing a forward 1.5 pike position.
Bannerton, a Darien sophomore. Dive there, the feet came a little out.
Sounded like 6-6. We're not sure. The officials sit underneath this balcony that we are on, so there's no way we can have a camera on their cards. This is Jack Krug. He'll be performing a forward 2.5 in pike position.
Krug with the dive. And once again, we still cannot see the scores. So we're going to try our best to make out some of the verbal scores given out.
So we will come back to you later with the order of finish and the score. This is Finny Perfumo performing a forward 1.5 in pike position. I can report now that the Darien Medley relay did win that very first event by just a few tenths of a second. First event of the meet.
Once again, if you are just joining us, unlike the Darien YMCA, we do not have a scoreboard accessible to us, so we couldn't see the times and really pinpoint who won that one. But once again, Darien did win that opening medley relay.
So now we're on round 3. Griffin Wilson will be performing a forward double in tuck position.
Now moving this over to Wadelski for New Canaan with his forward tuck.
1.5.
Good dive once again from Wadelski.
And now we have Matthew Magnotta from Darien. He'll be performing a forward 1.5 with a full twist, free position.
Magnotta with the dive. An impressive one. See what the judges say.
We heard a 6. Those are always such pretty dives for me to watch. I love those. So impressed.
Was a nice looking dive.
Christian Camporum will be doing a back 1.5 somersault in the tuck position.
And Nancy, I assume at the end of the diving portion, they'll just total up all the scores from the divers and add it to the swimming portion for the overall meet?
Yes, so diving is one event in a high school dual meet. So just like the 200 freestyle, diving scores for the top 5 positions, 5 places, and they will add those totals to the swim score at this point in the meet. When we have a meet where diving is at a separate location, it usually takes place the day before the swim meet because it is subjective. So we go into a swim meet knowing what the score, but they don't add it to the total until this portion of the meet. That was Declan Bannerton doing a forward 2.5 somersault and tuck position. Next we have Jack Krug from New Canaan, who will do a back 1.5 somersault in pike position.
Now, Nancy, I got to ask, do you think that there's any, difference in mentality going into a meet, knowing that you're down in the diving portion and need to make it up on a swimming, portion, rather than today where you're doing it both at the same time?
Yeah, well, I know it always matters knowing the score and what's going in. We went into diving. We're going in here now with a tie score, which is very interesting. It definitely motivates the swimmers, I know. It motivates them to know they have to come back in the back half and perform well.
That was Krug.
Nice round of applause for him. Finney will be doing a forward double somersault in the tuck position.
Once again, this is round 3 of, I believe, 6. Dive from Perfumo. Good round of applause. Didn't hear the score on it.
Yes, I know both teams will come back very excited for their back half of this meet too. This is always a heated competition, fun rivalry. Two good teams. We're usually very well matched. That was Griffin with a back dive in pike position.
It's a good point you brought up that they are evenly matched. You even look at the state meets, and the past couple of years, including 2019, New Canaan coming in first, Darien coming in second. So two very evenly matched programs, and it's always good when they meet in the regular season.
Yes. Most of these kids are all very good friends. They all know each other in the swimming and diving world. This is Damian Widelski performing a back dive in the straight position. Matthew Magnato will do the same dive up next.
Another good round of applause to Widelski, senior for the Rams. A couple nice dives to his name this afternoon.
Straight position. They cannot pike or tuck at all.
Magnato with the dive. Nice looking dive. Another good round of applause.
I think I heard a 7 in there. Now we have Christian Camporin will be doing a forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position.
Camporin, a junior for New Canaan. Some nice airtime on it.
I think I heard 6.6.
Heard that as well.
Declan Bannerton here for Darien doing a forward. Oops. No, an inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Nice entry, no splash. I don't know diving, so I'm not quite sure how you score it, but it looked nice, and you got a nice round of applause.
I mean, the rule of thumb of diving, the less the splash, the better it is.
Exactly.
Now we'll be up to New Canaan with Jack Krug.
He will be doing a back 1.5 somersault with a 1/2 twist in the freestyle position. Beautiful dive.
Full rotation from Krug. Another senior for New Canaan. And another good round of applause from the crowd here at the New Canaan YMCA.
Finney Perfumo from Darien will be doing a forward 1 somersault with a full twist in the free position.
Looks like she might have just overshot it. Thought I heard a 6 in there, though.
All right, we're entering round 5 with Griffin Wilson from Darien, who will do an inward dive in the pike position.
Wilson, one of many freshmen for the Blue Wave. Nice looking dive. And I believe I heard a 7 and a 7.5.
Nice, that was beautiful. Damian Widelski here for New Canaan, doing a back dive. No, I'm sorry, doing a back somersault, full somersault in the tuck position.
Medley has had some nice dives so far this afternoon. Looking for another one.
A lot of height.
Got the height and the grace. And, you know, the entry point is amazing from him.
Big round of applause for him. Matthew Magnotta is up doing a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist in the free position.
Dive from Magnotta. Some applause there. It's gonna be, we'll get the scores after the diving portion.
Yes, we will bring those to you along with the places that they earn. We have Christian Camporin up also doing a back 1 somersault, 1/2 twist in the free position.
Beautiful dive there. Camporin.
Yes, this will be close. The divers are doing really well. Declan Bannerton is on the board. He will be doing a forward 1.5 somersault with a full twist in the free position.
Good dive from him. The feed a little too far. He was 6.5 and a 5.5. Then the scores.
Jack Krug is up. He will be doing a forward 1.5 somersault with a full twist in the free position. Same dive.
Beautiful looking from Krug.
Nice round of applause. Again, he will be going on to compete for Bucknell University in the fall, and Matthew Magnotta from Darien will compete at Williams University in the fall, Williams College. Last up in round 5 is Finny Perfumo, who will do an inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position.
Perfumo, a sophomore for the Blue Wave. And the dive
a little
there.
Short, but nice dive.
Just some round of applause.
And we are entering the 6th and final round of diving today with Griffin Wilson, who will do a forward 1 somersault full twist in the free position.
And Nancy, do you think the divers saved their best dive for last year?
Now, I don't know. It was nice. The divers told me they just try to do their most consistent dives in dual meets with the highest degree of difficulty, which factors into their final score. But I don't know what order, if they start out with their best or they save their best for last. That's a good question for them.
Nonetheless, it will be Wedelski for New Canaan looking to finish off a beautiful performance in the diving portion.
He's doing an inward dive tuck position.
Beautiful execution from Wedelski. And a big applause from the faithful here at the New Canaan YMCA.
Matthew Magnotta, the last dive of the day is an inward 1.5 somersault in the pike position.
Moving towards the end of the diving portion, we have
nice diving from Matthew. Next up is Christian Camporin from New Canaan, who will do an inward dive tuck position. I have not been announcing the degree of difficulty, but
Warren with the dive for New Canaan. Looked good. 2 sevens from the judges.
Nice. It does have a lower degree of difficulty, so I'm not sure how that plays into their decision as to what dives to do. That was a degree of difficulty of 1.4, and Declan Bannerton here will do a back dive in the straight position. The degree of difficulty is 1.7.
Beautifully
Nice.
executed. A 6 and a 7. The scores.
Jack Krug's final dive of the day will be an inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, which is a degree of difficulty of 2.2.
Krug setting up for the dive.
Beautiful.
Got very high up there, little splash in the pool. And good scores from the judges.
And our last diver end dive of the day is Finny Perfumo doing a back dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.5.
Once again, this is the 6th and final round of the diving portion. Good dive there.
Well, that completes the diving. The swimmers will get a warm-up time now before we come back to the next event, which is the 100 butterfly. Meanwhile, we will go find out how our divers performed, what their scores were for their 6 dives, and what places they came in.
And we're going to take a short break with that on the DAF Media Network and NCTV. Before we do go to break, I'm going to give a shout out to our production crew doing a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Jason and Eric Bellingham and Emily Fox, and our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew. We'll take a short break and be right back with more Varsity Boys swimming and diving on the DAF Media Network.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by Four Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabinet. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We welcome you back inside the New Canaan YMCA. We just got word on the diving portion, a tie. Nancy, you have the final placements on the diving.
Yes, so placing for diving in first place from New Canaan was Jack Krug with a score of 254.92. Second place went to Matthew Magnotta from Darien with a 234.67. Declan Bannerton of Darien came in third with a 211.95. Christian Camporin from New Canaan in fourth with a 189.15. And then Finny Perfumo from Darien pulled out the fifth place with a 168.52, which qualified her for the state cutoff score. Damian Wadelski from New Canaan came in sixth, but Griffin Wilson, who dove unofficial, also qualified for states. So all in all, great diving.
Congratulations.
They split points 8 and 8, so this is still a tie meet. Now we are in the 100 fly.
Starting with New Canaan on this one, Ben Madan in lane 2, in lane 4, Eric Wang, and in lane 6, Liam Ireland.
For Darien in lane 3, we have Thomas DuPont, who currently is holding the wide lead, and Will Duran in lane 5. These are 2 of our senior captains. Looks like Thomas will hold the lead. New Canaan will get 2, 3, 4. Duran will pull out 5th, which gets a point.
Darien does win the butterfly. It's lane number 3, and Thomas DuPont at lanes 2 and 4, and Madan and Huang in the 2nd and 3rd respectively.
So again, in diving, New Canaan got places 1, 4, and 6, and Darien came in 2nd, 3rd, and 5th.
This will take us to our 100-yard freestyle. You see the lane assignments on your screen for New Canaan. It will be in for New Canaan. Graphic was wrong there. Sorry about that. Our apologies. But lane 2 will be Gabe Pizzonolini, Raman Adel, and Alessandro Caruso. And for Darien,
in lane 1, we have Tiernan Rogers. Lane 3 is Henry Peters. And lane 5 is Jake Dansker, another one of our senior captains. Tiernan and Henry Peters, both sophomores. Jake is senior.
and there are the correct lane assignments now on your screen.
And there will be an exhibition of the 100 free after this.
Yard freestyle underway.
This is always a very close race. So what is key is how fast they flip, and they're underwaters, off the wall. Underwater portion of the swimming is very important. These are tied. These boys are neck and neck.
And Peters in the 3-4 lanes currently out front.
Close race for first and second, a close race for third and fourth.
And even a close race for fifth and sixth.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. This is going to be a photo finish. We're not going to be able to see it from our vantage point. I'm not sure both teams are cheering. I don't know who got it.
Looked like New Canaan might have just barely gotten a hand on it, but it was close to say the least.
I have the current score here at 48 New Canaan, 46 Darien. The boys will do the swim down lap, and we will hopefully hear from the official score table as to that order of finish. What a great race.
Once again, the score, New Canaan currently leading 48-46.
While we wait for the place in that 100 free, we have an unofficial heat coming up, or again, these boys' times count if they were trying to make a state cutoff time, but they will not score points for this event, but it does give them great experience in racing. In lane 1, we have Matthew Bender. Lane 3 is Christian Davidson, and lane 5 for Darienne's Sriram Pankanti.
And for New Canaan, it will be in lane 2, Nate Code. In lane 4, Jack Marshall. In lane 6, Drew Logsdon. Again, the 100-yard freestyle. Good turn, and it looks like it's a 5-man race.
The things you work on in swimming is often distance per stroke and arm speed. So you want the nice combination of both. Efficient stroke, but fast hands. This is close. Christian Davidson in with New Canaan. And they need to work on their closing speed. Flags in. Looks like New Canaan, lane 4, pulled that out.
There's Jack Marshall in lane 4 for the Rams. As you now see the updated score on your screen, New Canaan 57, Darien 53. Once again, an exhibition heat, not counting towards the points, but the times do count for the individuals.
Yes, and in that 100 freestyle, lane 4 for New Canaan won that event. Raman Adil just barely touched out Henry Peters for the win in the 100 free.
That'll take us to our 500-yard freestyle.
This is the longest event in a high school meet. College meets, they swim the 1650, the mile. But the 500's the longest in a high school meet. It's 20 laps for Darien. In lane 1, we have Matthew Zalewski. Lane 3 is Charlie Sedlak. And lane 5, another one of our senior captains, Will Duran.
And for the Rams, it will be in lane 2, Jack Rayner. Jack Haley in lane 4. And then closing it out in lane 6 will be Jason Pestushin. Doing 20 laps, so a marathon here for this one.
It's a marathon compared to the 50, but for those who do the mile, they still think the 500 is more of a mid-distance.
That is an interesting
For
point.
sprinters, it's a long race.
It is interesting you brought up at the college scene that they do, races double this, if not triple it. The stamina there must be really, bearing.
Oh, yeah. You're either a distance swimmer or a sprinter. You're not usually both. We have the counters down at the turn end of the pool who will count for their swimmer. Jack Haley in the lead for New Canaan right off the bat. In the 500, there's a lot more strategy because it is longer. You have some who take it out fast and others who have a very strong back half.
Again, it is 20 laps, so it's really anyone's race still at this point. Yeah, off the early lead is Jack Haley in lane 4.
Charlie Sedlak is one of our freshmen. In lane 3 for Darienne's doing a great job. Matthew Zalewski, also a freshman, and Will Duran, a senior.
Haley with the turn, still leading the pack. Second so far is Grainer. It is tight there between Sedlak And Pastuchin.
Yeah, this is always hard. You're not sure. Swimmers often breathe to one side. So going in this direction, Charlie really can't see over in lane 6. Hopefully on the way back, he knows that his competition 2 lanes over is even with him.
Haley still with the lead out there in lane 4.
So this is all about their pacing. They try to make each 50 and each 100 they know in the race where they need to, what they need to be holding.
So the Canaan currently out with first and second. And a tight race for third, it appears, between Sedlock and Pastuchin. Jack Haley is really just running away with it early on in this one.
Yes, Jack is an awesome swimmer.
Once again, it is still a marathon, so he's out to the lead now. But there's still time left in this one.
Jack coming up here on the 300 mark. Charlie Sedlock battling it out for third with Jason Pastuchin.
Haley once again with the turn. He's heading back to the starting blocks. Rayner and Pastuchin. Sedlock right behind him. They're top 4 so far right now.
Boys cheering everybody on.
You can really hear the electricity in this building here this afternoon.
It's always a nice, solid, heated competition.
Of course, a big rivalry between these two towns at really any sport, especially the swimming scene, both the boys and the girls.
Absolutely. All right, New Canaan seems to be pulling out here. Can Charlie hold on?
Jack Haley still with the lead. Over in lane number 5 for Darien, still a lap behind is Doran.
We will be hearing the horn now, which marks, or the whistle in this case, that's the official's whistle that marks the last 50 in the 200 in the 500 free.
So Haley now coming up on his last turn. No competition with him. Lane number 2 though for New Canaan. It is.
Yeah, as of now, it looks like New Canaan will pull out first, second, and third in this 500 event. Darien coming in 4th and 5th.
Jack Haley comes in first, coming in second will be Jack Rayner. And it looks like going to be a close one for third. Jason Pastuchin is going to take it. And New Canaan will take first, second, and third with Sedlock in 4th. And Darien will finish it up.
That's a lot of points in a dual meet, but that was a nice solid swim for New Canaan and Darien there. Will Duran here finishing in 5th place. Matthew Zalewski wrapping it up for Darien.
Take a look right there at Jack Haley, a big win for him over in lane 4. And a big point getter for New Canaan, taking first with Haley, second, Rayner for New Canaan, and then Pastuchin over in lane 6, taking third. So some big points coming to the Rams.
Well, this is where the boys especially need that swim down lap.
Take that breather.
Charlie Sedlock has to hop up, walk out, and get back in at the other end of the pool for the upcoming 200 free relay.
We're going to take a look at the lane assignments. for the 200-yard freestyle relay. Should have them now. We have some issues with our graphics, so we'll just tell you through the lanes for New Canaan in lane 2 will be Will Baines, Liam Ireland, Nate Code, and Jack Rayner. In lane 4 will be Adel Madan, Masakarenas, and Haley. And then lane 6 for the Rams will be Krehan, Boner, Guy Fermin, and Alex Wan.
Darien will have 2 relays entered. Lane 3, Christos Yika Nacarino leading off, Christian Davidson, Will Moles, and Charlie Sedlock. In lane 5 will be Tiernan Rogers, Brady Sullivan, Sriram Pankanti, and Mateus Saluski. Each swimmer in the 200 free relay swims a 50 free.
It's the 200-yard freestyle relay. Of course, coming out the gate firing from all cylinders. Back down. First transition on this one.
So again, points in the relay. First gets 8 points, second gets 4 points, and third gets 2 points. New Canaan currently in the lead. Looks like New Canaan is pulling out second. Christian Davidson in for Darien.
Canaan out with the early lead, and it looks like they have second for him too. Mascarenas pops into the pool.
Will Moles, Gator coming up third.
Canaan lane number 4 still out with the lead.
Anchoring for Darien is Charlie Sedlock, who just got out of that 5 free. He is coming in at a deficit. We'll see.
So Canaan now. Some of their last guys, and they will take home the win in lane 4.
It looks like New Canaan will pull out first and second in the relay.
Canaan's lane 2 coming in second. Darien's lane 3 and third. And now on the far side, looks like Darien will take 4th in lane 5, and New Canaan will take 6th, or 5th over in lane 6. There was no 6 lanes in this one.
Again, that will be a lot of points for New Canaan there.
And we were trying to bring you those earlier, but those were the lane assignments right there. That's again that lane 4 for New Canaan taking the win. Now shift down to the 100-yard backstroke.
I don't know if you can see the red bars by the starting blocks are for ledges, but backstroke ledges are not legal in high school swimming. So the boys asked if they could use them, which they are fun to use, but they cannot use them in high school swimming, only USA swimming. In Darien for the 100 backstroke, we have lane 1 is Tiernan Rogers, lane 3, Jake Dansker, lane 5, Ryder Hagen.
And for New Canaan will be in lane number 2. Rosian Eric Wang in lane 4, and Jason Pastushin in lane 6. In the pool for the start. Swimmers are ready and on their way.
So again, the start and the underwater kicks here in the backstroke are crucial in this event.
competitive for the start. New Canaan jumping out to an early lead with first and second. With Zlonian and Wang. First and second.
Looks like New Canaan in the lead. Jake Dansker catching up a bit, and Ryder Hagen in fourth for Darien.
It's again 100 meters.
Jake Dansker catching up in lane 3 for Darien.
Dansker making a push on it. It's gonna be close. A three-man race.
Oh, that is a hard finish. We can't call that from here.
I do think at number 4 for New Canaan might have taken first, but second and third was very close. So we're not going to make any assumptions on it until we hear the official word.
Nice race there. Nice closing speed there at the end. The score currently going into the backstroke is New Canaan 82, Darien 58. They did get a lot of points there in the 500 and the relay. We will see and announce as soon as we know what places they scored in that backstroke event. Coming up next is the 100 breaststroke. For Darien, in lane 1, we have Will Moles. In lane 3, Ryan Roberts. In lane 5, Christos Yika-Nakarino.
And for the Rams, it will be in lane 2, Ben Bogdan, Deacon Mascarenas. And lane 4 and lane 6 will be Finn Grainin. So the lane assignments for this breaststroke. There will be an exhibition heat right after it. It's got 100 yards. And our penultimate event in this one. And we're underway.
Good pullouts here on their start. Ryan Roberts, nice start in the lead.
And with a nice student section, or I should say a nice cheering section over in lane number 3.
New Canaan will join them with their own cheering section. So in the breaststroke, swimmers are allowed 1 butterfly kick underwater, as well as an arm pull and a leg kick before they rise to the surface.
Close one in lanes 3 and 4 between Roberts and Mascarenas. Both teams cheering on their swimmers in those middle lanes. And it's going to be a close one coming down the home stretch.
That was a nice turn for New Canaan. Ryan Roberts is just coming back. This is his first meet after the COVID return to play protocol, so we're happy to have him competing. And we will be happy when he is back to 100%. That was a close race. New Canaan in first. Ryan Roberts second for Darien. New Canaan third. Looked like Christos Yika-Nakarino in fourth.
So New Canaan does take this one. Deacon Mascarenas with the win. Roberts in second. And then Bogdan taking third place, the top 3. And now we will move into the exhibition heat for the 100-yard breaststroke. And for New Canaan, in lane 2 will be Everett Trigg. In lane 4 will be Drew Logsdon. And in lane 6 will be Josh Geiferman.
In lane 3 for Darien, we have freshman Brady Sullivan. And lane 5, we have sophomore but new to Darien High School swimming, Sriram Pankanti.
There's still the 400-yard freestyle relay after this. And that will take us to the end of this meet, but a good one to say the least. Both sides giving it their all, and a very competitive one to say the least.
Good swims and dives all around for both teams. We will be very well suited to compete at the state level, where we will each have the top 4 swimmers entered instead of 3, which you enter in a dual meet. And hopefully we will have a full Darien squad back healthy. I'm sure New Canaan hopefully will have their full squad as well. Here we go, exhibition heat of the 100 breaststroke.
Very close to start the first turn. Darien with the early lead.
And because you can only enter 3 official swimmers and divers in a dual meet, again, these exhibition heats, we're very fortunate to be able to hold them and give these boys a chance to race.
Especially, you know, the underclassmen that might need a bigger role as they move up throughout Darien High School and start swimming in the bigger events and the state tournaments. And
yes, because we're always looking for that 4th spot at the championship meets at both FCIACs and states.
Of course, those meets scheduled to happen this year after the year off from COVID last year.
Yes, we still don't have a place where we will be swimming the state championships. We're still waiting for a pool because many facilities don't want to allow the meet to occur there. So we're still waiting, but we will hopefully have it. We will have FCIACs at Greenwich High School. Brady Sullivan winning that exhibition heat for Darien. New Canaan 2nd and 3rd, and Sriram Pankanti coming in 4th.
And New Canaan over in lane 6 with Geiferman finishing it out, and both teams will now throw everything they got in this final one, the 400-yard freestyle relay. 5 lanes.
Exactly. They will all be going for this last event of the day. For Darien, in lane 3, we have Thomas DuPont, Henry Peters, Jake Dansker, and Ryan Roberts. In lane 5, we have Charlie Sedlak, Ryder Hagen, Will Moles, and Will Duran.
And for New Canaan in lane 2 will be Caruso, Baines, Wang, and Pastushin. In lane 4, Adel, Rayner, Pelosian, Haley. In lane 6, the 2, Andrew and Alex Wayne, Jack Marshall, and Finn Rainher. Closing it out for New Canaan in our final race of the afternoon.
This should be a close race.
It's always an opportunity to get some late points in these meets.
And bragging rights.
We're off to a strong start. Darien with the early lead in this one in lane 3 with DuPont.
Again, there's always strategy. Every coach has a different strategy as to the order of swimmers.
Of course, this is the 2nd longest race behind the 500-yard freestyle. This one is 100 yards less, so a couple less.
Yes, every swimmer doing 100 freestyle. In college, there's an 800 free relay where every swimmer does a 200, but we don't do that in high school swimming.
As mentioned throughout the broadcast, a lot of these swimmers go into those programs to swim at the collegiate level. So big congratulations to them, and show another exciting 4 years ahead of them.
That's very hard. Thomas DuPont giving Henry Peters a slight lead.
It's close in lanes 3 and 4. Peters and Rayner out in lanes 3 and 4.
It's like Darien in lane 3, Ryder Hagen in lane 5, I'm sorry. Currently in 3rd place. Henry Peters holding on to the lead for Darien.
Darien with the lead.
We want to have a strong lead going into that anchor leg. Up next for Darien, Jake Dansker.
Dansker jumps in and will be quickly joined by Zolonian.
New Canaan catching up for 3rd place. Will Moles just dove in lane 5 for Darien.
Haley getting ready to anchor it for New Canaan's lane number 4.
Ryan Roberts will be up against Jack Haley in this anchor leg.
Matchup that everyone's wanted to see all afternoon, and it will be for the big one. here. Darien with the slight lead, handing it to the anchors. Well, it's Roberts and Haley. Anything can happen.
Ryan Roberts.
Roberts with about a
Here
body
goes the race.
of the lead, and Haley is now off to the races, trying to make up some ground. Lanes 5 and 2 getting their anchors into the pool. And the final turn in this one, heading back down to the far side. Both teams now getting into it.
Can Jack Haley catch Ryan Roberts? We're not sure. New Canaan currently in 3rd place as well. Last leg, last event of the meet.
Haley with the slight lead. They're coming towards the starting blocks. It's gonna be close.
He is such an amazing swimmer, just beating out Darien. Nice swims all around. I wish we could see the times. I'm sure it was fast.
Head coach Kat Munson is quickly getting back to her team, trying to take some other placements in this one.
Yes, New Canaan will pull out 3rd place in the relay again, which is 2 points. So that matters in a dual meet. Will Duran coming in 4th for Darien. And New Canaan finishing off this great, fun meet.
Great meet by both sides. We are going to get the final score before we sign off. And Nancy, what were your kind of final takeaways from this meet?
Oh, good swims and dives all around. The boys and girls really put in their best effort. It's always a well-suited meet. They swam their hearts out. This is a dual meet, a trial. We will come back and see them at FCIAC's and States.
So once again, we are awaiting the official award for the points. If you look back, though, last year when these teams swam, it was a tight one. New Canaan came away with it 98 to 88. That was last year's match. We're going to see the score in this one. New Canaan had the lead.
As we thought, New Canaan has won the meet. I don't know the official final score yet. It should be in soon. You can't hear it up here.
Canaan will take home the win.
But they swam really well. It is always, these dual meets are great training point. These boys know what they now need to go do in practice, what they need to work on, what who their competition is, and what they are going for at the end of the season. At this point in the season, they're tired. They're all tired. They're in the middle of training. And when they are rested, tapered, the end of the season, they will come back. The final score was New Canaan 102, Darien 82. Nice meet.
Great meet from both sides. New Canaan does pull away from it once again. There is still an FCIAC and a state meet coming up later this, actually I believe it's next month, March, February.
It'll be March, yes.
Somewhere around there, but there's a chance they could see each other again. And Nancy, before we sign off, we gave you your final thoughts. We'll go to New Canaan now. Great swimmer in Jack Haley, who really anchored it out for him. You know, what do you think that he's going to continue to build on and really kind of continue to lead this New Canaan team?
Well, these swimmers, the best swimmers on both teams, they're so versatile. They could swim any event. So it will really come down to what events do they want to put Jack Haley in? What events do we want to put our top swimmers in to score points for the teams? So that's anyone's guess. I can't be in the head coach's heads. But they put on nice performances today, and they know the work that they need to do going into the rest of the season.
Both teams do still have some meets left on the season. But once again, you're scoring this one, New Canaan 102, Darien 82. That's going to do it for our broadcast from the beautiful New Canaan YMCA. I'll give a shout out to our production crew doing a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Jason and Eric Bellingham, Emily Fox, our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew. Nancy, thank you for coming on the broadcast and providing your insight to the beautiful sport of swimming and diving.
Thank you for highlighting these athletes who work so hard, often are not recognized for what they do and how hard they work. So thank you so much for being here and taking the opportunity to highlight and showcase these great athletes.
So for our entire production crew, Nancy Gruen saying so long from the New Canaan YMCA. I've been Braden Shank. We thank you for watching the DAF Media Network and NCTV. We'll see you next time.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabinet. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, A STEM initiative, students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are on the stage. We are at the big games. We are on the field. We are in the gym. We are on the move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.